Okay, so I'm just going to do a little explanation on how to use these glitter pens, because they're just a little bit more tricky to use than the ordinary smooth metallic paints. These are made of larger particles, so they need a stronger binder. So they don't re-wet easily like the other ones do. You do need to pre-soak them. So I'm just going to show you how to do that, because they're quite thirsty and they do take quite a little bit of water. So I would suggest that you use a synthetic brush that's a little bit sturdier than the soft animal hair brushes, because you do kind of need to agitate the top to get the glitters onto the brush. There's two different types of glitter paint. These ones are made of like coarse glitter. These ones are more of a smoother glitter, so they stick completely flat to the surface of the paper. But they're still larger particles, so they need the stronger binder, so they do need pre-soaking. So you need to add like a good few drops of water on the top, like create like a puddle of water on the top like that, and I'll leave that for 2 or 3 minutes. And then you will need to add more water as well, but I'll just tell you what absolutely not to do. If you don't leave it to soak for a while and you just keep rubbing the top and then going back to your water, washing your brush, rubbing the top, going back to your water, you're just going to wash all the glue off the glitter. So just put the water on it, leave it for a couple of minutes, let it dissolve. And I mean, I know it's a little bit of a pain because it just doesn't re-wet straight away, but it's just a few minutes before you're going to use them. Just put some water on them, and then it's really worth it because they're absolutely gorgeous, as I'll show you. So I'll just add a few drops of water to all of these. Okay, so then after a couple of minutes, I'll just agitate the top slightly. And you can see the glitters are moving about, so the top layer is kind of dissolving. So we'll just see what that's like. It might be a little bit weak at first, but the longer it has to soak, the denser the glitters will be. So we've got like a little bit of glitter there, but I mean, it depends how dense you want it on your paper. So if it needs more water, this one doesn't, there's plenty of water on this, but you might need to add more water at this point. So I would just try not to wash the brush out, just dip it in and then drop some more water on the top like that. So if you just wanted a nice kind of sporadic layer, that's ready. If you leave it longer, it'll get softer and softer, and if you just keep adding more and more water as the minutes go by, it just gets softer and softer. If you get a nice thick clump, and you want it to spread it out more, you can just add some water to the paper and then it'll spread more easily. So as long as you don't add absolutely tons of water and spread it right out, it should stick to the paper perfectly fine. Okay, so we'll leave that one to dry. So this one's the disco dust, by the way, or if you bought tinsel in the past, it used to be called tinsel, but the tinsel had some larger parts in as well. Now I've removed them larger parts and it's just the smaller particles, and so I've changed the name to disco dust. Now this one is the Magic Fairy Dust, which is absolutely divine, and that's lovely and soft now. The glue's dissolved and the glitters are, and you can see there's a big clump of glitter on my brush, so just add that to the pit. There's actually a little bit of disco dust mixed into this. Those darker bits are from the disco dust, but so that one's like quite dense, if you can see. I'll show you once it's dried, because it's very difficult to see what the final result's like until it's dry. So I'm just adding a little bit more water to that, just to spread those out a little bit more. But again, don't keep going back to your water, back to the paint, back to your water, back to the paint, because you will wash all the glue away and then it won't work, and then it won't stick to the paper. So for the coarse glitters, I've got these two available. There's the disco dust and the magic fairy dust, and there's also rainbow dust, another one. It's a light colour like that, only instead of just being pink and green glitters, it's multicoloured, but it's not dark like this one. These glitters here, they've been soaking for probably a good 5 minutes now. So I'll start with the glitter gold. This has gone lovely and soft now that it's had a few minutes to soak. And I mean, it's just completely gorgeous, this one. So you can see how it's gone on, like a bit streaky at first. So just get some water on your brush, and then you can easily manipulate it around the paper how you want it. Okay, so that's the glitter gold. Absolutely beautiful. You hang on till the end of the video, I'll show you them all once they're dried. Then we've got Twinkle, which is the same as the glitter gold, only in silver. It's like quite large glitter particles. So that's the Twinkle. They're just completely beautiful when you put them over the top of ordinary watercolours. They're just lovely. Now these three are really strange. They're a two-tone colour. They're a grey with coloured glitter. So it's like grey and blue, grey and purple, or grey and green. So I'll start with the Shimmer and Sage. Now that that's soaked for a while, you can see it's ready to go. And the longer it soaks for, the thicker it'll get. So as you can see, it goes down like a grey colour. You can see the green glitters in it, and then when you put it on a tilt, you can see the green glitters. Or you can use it more watered down, and it'll just give a lovely shimmer. And again, these really are best used as an overlay over other colours. If you put a layer of this over greens and blues, you'll get just a lovely green shimmer. Okay, so then there's the Dusky Glitz, which is the purple version. If you let these completely dry, and I mean absolutely wait until it's completely bone dry, and then add more and more layers, it will give a more of a solid glitter look. And you can see less and less of the grey with each layer that you build up. But if you don't wait until the layer is completely dry, you'll just lift the bottom layer up and it won't work. So that's the Dusky Glitz, and then this is the Glittering Luna. I'll do a really watered down layer of this Glittering Luna. Okay, so that's how the glitter paints work. I'll show you them now dry, and before that I'm just going to show you, this is what happens if you try to use them without soaking them in water first. So I've had a couple of quite a few people approach me saying they don't work, these paints, they're just not working, I can't get any colour out of them. And it's simply because they just haven't had time to soak, because if you try and use it right away, you just can't get really much off it. I mean, there's something coming off it, but really not a lot. And really not much glitter at first. So to get that, you need to get the binder to dissolve it around the glitter. So when you just go right in like that, you're just kind of getting some of the grey colour. And it's the same with the other ones as well. You're just not getting anything off it straight away at all. So that's why you must soak them. And there's also the sparkling. This is the sparkling wine. So it's just like a ready version of the Twinkle and the Glitter Gold. It's not like these. It doesn't have an underlying grey colour. So this one, it's just the most beautiful, beautiful autumn glittery colour. You could use that for to add to some autumn trees or something. Add a little bit to your jack-o'-lanterns and pumpkins. You know, you can build it up to a solid colour, but they're generally better used as overlays. Difficult to see how beautiful it is until it's dry. Okay, so it's probably about 10 minutes have passed now, and you can see now it's gone even much softer, and I can get a big lump on the brush there. So if you wanted it more concentrated, you can do a thicker patch like that. Or if you then wanted to spread that one out, just dip the brush in the water, add it to the paint, and then you can give it a more even finish when you add the water to the page like that. Obviously it'll then take a while to dry, but it'll be absolutely stunning when it's dried. And also one other thing that I need to point out as well, it looks like it's kind of dry, this first bit that I put down, but you can see that the page is beveled and it's still not completely dry. So if you wipe your finger over that, it's going to come off, and you might think, oh, that's not sticking to the paper, but when this paper is completely bone dry, that will be stuck. So I'll show you that when it's only about half dry now, but I assure you when it's completely dry, so long as you haven't watered down the binder too much, it will stick to the page. Okay, so now those are all fully dry, I'll show you more of a close-up. So this is the Disco Dust. As you can see, it's just absolutely gorgeous. I'll shine it towards the light for you. If you remember, it just wiped off easily when it wasn't fully dry, and as you can see, I'm rubbing it there and there's virtually nothing on my finger. I think there's one piece came off, so it's pretty much stuck down there absolutely fine, and these ones are as well. Oh, that one's actually still wet. But you can see that there was a lot of water on that one. It definitely sticks to the paper okay. That one's absolutely fine. Clean finger. Then this is the Magic Fairy Dust. Now those dark bits are just contamination from the Disco Dust, but normally it's kind of greenish towards the light, and then you can see the pinkish glitter away from the light. So that's the Magic Fairy Dust. This is the Glitter Gold. Absolutely beautiful. And the tinsel. This is the sparkling wine. Then we've got the glittering lunar, and then that's a more watered down version of the glittering lunar. Dusky Glitz, which is the purple one, and the green one. You can see if it's applied more thickly, it's more of a solid glitter green. But of course, with it being a two-tone, it's still grey on one side. They all are. They're grey in one angle and then they go glittery in the other angle. That was a more watered down version of the Shimmering Sage. Okay, and these two here was where I tried to get the colour straight from the pan without first letting it dissolve with the water. So it was the Dusky Glitz. So once it was dried, you do get a bit of shimmer, but it's not really very much. And then that was the silver one. So it's okay for a very, very subtle shimmer, but that's all you're getting if you don't dissolve it first. Okay, so that's how you use the glitter paints. And if you don't have them already and you want to buy some, I'll leave the link to my online shop in the description underneath the video.